Hey warriors, and welcome to your Yoga for Creativity session. In today's flow, we are going to be building strength both physically and mentally, because while strength and strength building is super important for your body and your health, as creators, as writers, it's also important for our minds, right? We have to be willing to put in the work, be able to face rejection, be able to sit and hold on to something when we don't really want to. Maybe it's a piece or just our focus and concentration. So we're going to be working a little bit on that today. So we're going to start standing. You can start at the top of your mat. I'll just start facing you for a couple of breaths here, and we're going to start in mountain pose, which is a great pose for strength building physically and mentally. So pressing all four corners of the feet into the mat, keeping a slight bend in those knees, but pushing up away from the mat through our feet. Bringing the belly button back toward the spine, dropping the shoulders, bringing the shoulder blades together down the back, lifting the top of the head toward the ceiling to invite some length into the spine, shining the palms forward. Just coming into a really strong stance right here. We'll take an inhale through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. Really sighing out anything you don't need, any false beliefs that you're just not strong mentally or physically. One more inhale through the nose. And exhale. Sigh it out. Release any focus from the outside world right now, just bringing that focus inward to the breath. I apologize if that was long. Sometimes those deep inhales, right, they bring in stuff we don't want from the outside. So you know I'm breathing with you. All right, with that, I'm going to move to the top of the mat. If you're already there, stay there. I'm going to start to invite some movement into the body. So we'll inhale, reach for the sky. Reaching through the fingertips, and exhale, folding forward, bending just at the waist, leading with the chin and the chest. Even if your hands don't touch the ground, that's fine. If this is your first bit of movement for the day, you might not get very far here. You can always grasp your elbows. Maybe here, just kind of nodding the head, yes. Shaking it no, keeping a nice generous bend in those knees if you need it, especially for this first one. And then inhale, half flat back, bringing the hands to either the shins or the thighs, gazing just above the top of that mat. Exhale back into the fold. And inhale. Scoop down to come up, reaching through the fingertips, bending at the waist to straighten. And exhale back into mountain briefly. Before we do that, just a couple more times, that half sun salutation. Inhale, reach through the fingertips. Exhale, bending at the waist, folding forward, releasing everything. Maybe straighten your legs a little bit more to invite a little bit more of a stretch, lifting the tailbone toward the ceiling. Inhale, half flat back, whatever that looks like to you. And exhale, back into the fold. Inhale, reaching down to come up, reaching through the fingertips. And this time on the exhale, we'll go right back into the fold. Releasing, maybe nodding the head, yes, one more time, shaking it now, just letting everything release. keeping the weight kind of stacked over the feet. There's a tendency, I was just doing it, so I want to point it out, to bring kind of the hips back. So kind of try to keep your weight balanced over your feet. And then inhale, half flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reaching for the sky. And exhale, hands down through center, back into mountain. Take a deep breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Wherever we are, keeping that alignment that we find in mountain pose, head over heart, heart over pelvis, strong stance. And so here, just gonna come in to chair pose for just a few breaths. So we'll inhale to reach the hands up high, and exhale, just bending the knees, pressing the hips toward the back of the mat. It's almost like you're sitting in a chair. You can imagine you're holding a big beach ball here to give yourself a little more space through the shoulders and the arms. We'll inhale. And exhale. Maybe when you exhale, you sink a little deeper into the pose. We're putting our weight in the back of our heels so we can almost lift our toes off the ground because they're not supporting us right now. Pulling the belly button back toward the spine to engage the core. Really engaging the glutes, the thighs. Inhale and exhale. Maybe sink a little lower, pushing yourself or building that strength, and building the strength mentally by staying in a pose that might be a little bit of a struggle for just a little longer than is comfortable. And then we'll inhale and exhale, straighten, drop the hands to the side. And we're gonna try a pose that might be a little difficult, but that's okay. And if you make any adjustments that you need, we're gonna lift that, press the right foot into the mat as our base, keeping the toes pointed toward the front of the mat. Just gonna start by lifting the left knee, left foot up off the mat, left knee come out in front of us, and a 90-degree angle. And then we're gonna slowly start to bend forward and lift that, press that back heel toward the back of the mat. Keeping the hips even, slowly bending forward at the waist, coming into what's Warrior 3. So here's where you can make any adjustments. If this is as far as you can go, or feels comfortable to go, stay here, bending forward. You can keep your hands on your waist or eventually start to reach them forward, keep them at heart center. Just want to make sure we're focusing on keeping the hips even, that left hip down toward the mat, not opening. And then we're here in Warrior 3, wherever you are. Eventually, see, I can't even, this one's still a little bit of a struggle for me. Eventually, we come kind of further forward, so we're almost making a straight line. Hard to explain. And stand in, so if you need to take a break, do that. But this is where the strength really starts to build, when we kind of have to really stay focused on our balance and letting ourselves support us, letting our muscles support us. Take one more inhale here. And then we're just gonna let that back leg drop to the mat. Catch yourself if you need. Adjust so that we're in crescent. High lunge, hip points are still pointed toward the front of the mat. Right knee bent over right ankle now. Left heel is up off the mat. And then we can bring the hands to heart center or reaching up on an inhale and exhale. And then inhale, we'll reach through the fingertips. And on an exhale, bring the hands together through heart center, and then we're gonna twist to the right, bringing the left elbow toward that right knee. It doesn't need to touch. Turning the chest toward the right side of the mat. keeping those hips as even as possible. Inhale and exhale. And then on the inhale, we can bring the arms up. And exhale, dropping to the mat. Dropping the hands to the mat on either side of that right foot. Pressing the palms into the mat. Stepping the right foot back to meet the left. We'll pause in plank for just a moment for an inhale. Exhale, drop the belly and the chest to the mat. Inhale, baby cobra, lifting the chest and the chin away from the mat. Exhale, release. Inhale to pause and tuck the toes. Exhale, up into plank and all the way back through downward dog. We'll just take an inhale and an exhale. And then on the next inhale, we'll bend our knees, look to the top of the mat, and walk the feet up toward the hands, releasing into forward fold. Inhale, half flat back. Exhale, fold. And inhale, reaching for the sky, straightening, standing tall. And exhale, drop the hands through center, back into mountain, where we'll do that little ditty on the other side here. So whichever side was your supporting base last time, do the opposite. I think I used my right as my base last time, so I'm gonna press my left foot. So if you were following along with me, that's where we are. Left foot into the mat, hands on the waist or wherever you need them for support. Lift that right knee up, just so it's straight out in front of us. 90-degree angle. Engaging the core here, finding your strong alignment before we release into this little more difficult of a pose. You can just stay here. If the other side was like, no way, just hold here. But sometimes the poses are a little different from side to side, so always give it a try. Pressing the heel toward the back of the mat, reaching that right leg out behind us, starting to bend forward, leading with the chin and the chest. Left leg is supporting, pressing into the mat. See, I'm a little wobbly over here. Bring the hands to heart center or out in front of us. Out in front might help with balance a little bit. Pressing that right hip toward the mat, not letting it open. Inhale and exhale. Inhale one more time. And exhale, drop that right foot to the mat. Releasing the hands wherever is comfortable. If you need them at the waist to find your balance here. Calming into high lunge. Bending that left knee over that left ankle. Hip points pointed forward. Pressing that right heel toward the mat or toward the back of the room. Belly button up and back for support. And inhale the arms up. And exhale. Inhale through the fingertips. Reaching. And exhale, bringing the hands together through heart center. Twisting. Opening the chest to the left. Keeping that left knee over that left ankle. Bringing the right elbow toward that right knee, though it doesn't have to touch. Pressing that right heel toward the back of the mat. Inhale. And exhale. And then on the inhale, come back up, reaching for the sky. Releasing the twist and exhale, dropping the hands to the front of the mat, to either side of that left foot. Stepping the left foot back to meet the right. Inhale at the top of your plank. Exhale, release everything to the mat. Inhale, baby cobra. Lifting the chin and the chest. Exhale, release. Inhale to pause here and tuck the toes. Exhale, pushing up through plank, all the way back into your downward dog. Pressing the hips up and back, the heels toward the mat. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, bend the knees, look to the top of the mat. And exhale, walk the feet forward, releasing into your fold. This is the last time we're here, so if you want to really release, maybe sway side to side. Nod the head yes. Take a couple breaths here. And then on the next inhale, come into a half flat back. Exhale, release. And inhale, reaching for the sky, coming up, reaching through the fingertips, maybe gazing at the hands. And exhale, letting the hands fall into mountain, down to the sides. Still in your nice strong stance until we're completely done. Taking one more inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. To release everything. And shake it out. Great job, you guys. That was a tougher one than we normally do. So you can either take a few moments to make your way to the ground and hang out in Shavasana, a little meditative pose, or you can take all that energy and strength we just spent time building and head to your creative project if you have one in the works. If you need a little help and you want to create, you can grab a prompt from the end of the video and take that creative energy and let it flow. So thank you so much for practicing with me today, warriors. Namaste. Now go fight for your creativity.
Great flow, warriors. Now it's time to take that energy and create. If you still need a little extra inspiration, just grab a creativity prompt to get the ideas flowing. And if you have a friend who's also fighting writer's block, make sure to share this video and don't forget to subscribe. Now go fight for your creativity.